I'm Paulina Leiser, producer of Focus Today. Thank you for watching this video, and make sure to check our other videos at theDove.us.
Welcome to Focus Today. I'm your host, Perry Atkinson, and delighted to have back. He's got roots from Southern Oregon, even though he lives on banana peels and roller skates. How are you, buddy?
I'm well.
Good to see you again. They don't have me on the mic. What's going on here? There we go. Okay, sorry about that. Good to see you. And you, first of all, you've been involved in a lot of movies and things, but you're doing something in Ashland Sunday. What is it?
Yes, I'm performing Big Fish, Little Worm, which is actually the first one-man play that I kind of developed about 20 years ago, or started to develop. Yeah. And actually, the first one was in the Jonah piece I first wrote in 1991.
Wow.
1991. It might have been 92, but I think it was 91. It was in the winter of that year.
Wow.
And so I'll be doing that at Ashland in the First Baptist Church. And there are details at richdrama.com/schedule.
Okay, richdrama.com. And then, of course, at the First Baptist Church, Sunday evening?
It's in the morning at 10:30.
Okay, morning, yeah. Okay. And what's it called again?
It's called Big Fish, Little Worm.
Big Fish, Little Worm, okay.
So Jonah runs into a big fish in the beginning, and at the end, God uses a little worm to get his attention.
There you go. Tell us about your relationship with Joni and Friends. It's turned out to be really something special.
It actually starts in Medford. I was at Hometown Buffet, and the way I was introduced on Tuesday night and the Tuesday before at the Joni and Friends family retreat is they noticed me staring at them like a crazy man, and I ended up coming over to their table and I told them, your son on his wheelchair, he has this little sticker. It says Wheels for the World. And I told him that my friend had been with Joni in Peru and in Poland, and later she went to Cuba with Wheels for the World. And what they do is they bring people like my friend, who's a physical therapist, and they bring donated wheelchairs and crutches to these nations, and they fit the people there for the chairs. It's just an outstanding thing that they're doing. And so I told them that my friend had been on this trip, and he knew her. He'd been to Poland with her, so we struck up a conversation. And then last October, I was performing at the Newmark Theater in downtown Portland for a Twin Rocks fundraising event. Now, I had been on the summer staff at Twin Rocks when I was in college, and so they brought me out to perform, and the Olstads that I met at Hometown Buffet, they were there to talk about Joni and Friends, so we reconnected, and they said, why don't you come out to the family retreat. So it was just a great joy.
Well, we've had her on the show quite a few times.
Oh,
she's
fantastic.
A special lady.
Yeah.
I don't think well, first of all, her whole ministry is just phenomenal.
Outstanding. Really
unbelievable.
outstanding.
I mean, it's just beyond description. We do carry the Joni and Friends television program here, and
fantastic,
which is in itself remarkable. But I was on a plane with her going to the NRB. I think it was even last year. And I didn't realize how hard it was for her to travel.
Oh.
Extremely painful and difficult.
Wow.
And here I've had her as a guest. We've seen her around. I've had the opportunity to talk to her on many occasions, but I got to tell you, it was a whole new level of eye-opening for me to see how hard it was for her to travel. Mm. And then, you know, fast forward to what you're doing with the kids and the camps and the people that you see that have looked to her for hope and inspiration.
Yeah, and my mother read her books to me when I was a little boy.
Really?
So she's been a hero of mine all my life. And so to be a part of their ministry was just very special.
Are you going to continue on with that, you think?
I hope so, yeah. Most of my pieces in this piece, Big Fish, Little Worm, are Old Testament based, and there was a fellow there that challenged me to create a new piece that was more New Testament based because he thought that they would get the stories a little bit better.
Right.
Though there was one guy in the front row who kept yelling, I know the story of Jonah. And there was a certain point he yells out, That's not right. They repented. Well, I hadn't gotten there yet. I hadn't gotten there yet.
You were working your way up to that. Isn't that great?
It was great. It was fantastic. Great. This last couple of nights ago, I blew the ram's horn to gather the people for Gideon, and somebody jumped up and started running around, and I said, "Look how effective that horn is."
Yeah, that's wonderful. Hey, listen, what are you doing by building a team to go to Rio for the Olympics?
Yeah, we did this for Sochi, and I was on your show, in fact, talking about how effective that was. We reached people from all over the world, handed out Olympic pins. Now these go for like $20, $25, and we were handing them out like candy, and they had the gospel in Russian and English on attached to it. So
really?
we're planning on doing a similar outreach in Rio.
Wow, good for you. How big of a team will you do?
We had, I think, 13 in Sochi. That was a good size. So hopefully at least that, maybe 15 to possibly 20.
That's outstanding. All right, you've done some movies, Beyond the Mask, DV release coming up September 8th.
Yes.
And then...
available in Walmart and online.
It is. Tell us about it.
Oh, fantastic film. I play a doctor who nurses the hero back to health. He was an assassin, and he worked for a character played by John Rhys Davies. And so I got to perform with John in London, and I told him, "John, you know, I'm so sorry, I have to tell you, I'm the one that nursed that infamous rebel, William Reynolds, back to health." He stares me down, and he says, "I should have had him poisoned."
Really?
So anyway, he survives the attempted assassination attempt on his life as he's trying to leave the life of being an assassin. And he disguises himself just to get out of the situation, but he winds up falling off of his horse where they think he's the new pastor. So I nurse him back to health. He has to dig into the Word and start preaching, and something's working on his heart. And he finds out that he's never going to earn a good name. He's got to receive that through grace.
Okay, it's called Beyond the Mask, and it'll be available in the stores on DVD starting September 8th. And you play Dr. Bonneville.
Yes.
All right, the other movie available now in theaters is Princess Cut. What's that?
Yes, I'm very excited about Princess Cut because ever since I got married, I've had a real passion to tell a story of building a marriage through sexual purity and just making God's choices all the way that marriage is built. And that's what this film is. Really? I play the bad guy in this one. I play a wily realtor that's trying to... Yeah, I'm trying to take the farm.
Oh, okay.
A farm boy tries to take the farm. But at any rate, yeah, but this family overcomes obstacles, and this poor young woman played by Ashley Bratcher, she is just getting it from all sides. You know, guys are trying to take her along the world's way, world's way, and finally she gets it. She gets that this needs to be God leading the way. And
when and where for that one?
That one can be brought to any city, any time in America. I don't know if it's available yet for theaters in Canada or outside of the U.S., but in America, anyone can go to princesscutmovie.com, I think it is.
Okay.
I know they could go to richdrama.com/princesscut, but it is an outstanding film, and again, a real message of sexual purity.
We ought to get the rights to air them on the Dove TV.
You should, yeah. And I'm sure that they'd love to do that.
Okay, well, we'll connect with you on that.
Sure.
Well, again, let me just say, Rich is going to be this Sunday at the First Baptist Church in Ashland doing the what now?
Big Fish, Little Worm.
Big Fish, Little Worm. I should remember that. Big Fish, Little Worm. You pretty much know what that Bible story is all about. And you'll actually be preaching through your acting.
Yes, yeah. My testimony is kind of woven through it. So I'm planning to talk a lot about growing up in Southern Oregon.
How long is that?
It's about 45 minutes, but that's a part of the rest of the morning schedule. So
Really?
It's a traditional morning service, except instead of a sermon, I'll be performing.
Well, I just think it's such a unique way to communicate the gospel, so check that out. Again, look for the Beyond the Mask movie being released on DVD September 8th, so that's only about a week and a half or 2 weeks away. And then you can go to richdrama.com and check out Princess Cut. and I think we'll do that too, maybe on both of these, and see if we can get the rights to air them on the Dove TV.
Fantastic.
What's next for you? I mean, besides going to Rio?
Well, I am. It's on my heart to make my first one-man play into a feature film. And so we're looking to move forward with that.
Wow.
I just told you Big Fish, Little Worm was my first, and that was, but it started out as a 20-minute piece just on Jonah. The first feature-length play I did was on John Woolman, and he spoke out against slavery 100 years before the Civil War.
Wow.
So that's on our hearts to start moving forward with that.
Good for you. Well, thanks for stopping by.
Oh, my pleasure.
And
my
again,
pleasure.
don't forget, 10:30 Sunday morning there at the First Baptist Church in Ashland. If you're in that area, swing on by and see Big Fish, Little Worm, or him preach through his drama. And then check out Beyond the Mask, coming out September 8th, and then go to his website, richdrama.com, and look up Princess Cut, and then we'll see what we can do to get it on the Dove TV. Good to see you, man.
Fantastic.
God bless you. Good to
Lord
see you.
bless you.
All right, we'll be right back.